Before I forget, this is the drain pipe. So I have a meter length of that to run from the two drain holes. And now I am going to drill with a 12mm drill bit through the floor. So that I can run this drain through the floor for the AC unit, because air conditioning units do produce condensation and moisture. In fact, it doesn't even have to be air conditioning and it produces moisture. On the matrix that's inside the AC box, there is an existing drain for the factory ventilation system, but it is further up this tunnel and actually impossible to tee into with these two drain holes. So that's why I've had to drill a hole through the floor. Part of the air conditioning system is a drain, and it comes from either side of the AC unit, and it needs to either connect up with the existing drain underneath the ventilation system under the dash, or, as in my case on the T4, I need to drill a new hole. The problem is that the rubber hose that fits the AC unit has about an 18mm outside diameter, and I don't have an 18mm drill. I have some airline hose, I have some fuel hose from the beach buggy, and of course I have the rubber hose from the AC unit. That's the different sizes that I'm dealing with. This drain will transfer the water that condenses inside the AC unit to outside the vehicle. I'm going to use a short run of the original rubber hose on here, like that. Then I'm going to go to a reducer, and then from the reducer down to the airline hose. Now I'm using the airline hose because it's robust, and also because I have it. I've drilled a hole through the rubber mat and through the floor in the tunnel just ahead of the gearbox, in a position where it's between two supports and won't interfere with the gear linkage or anything else that's underneath there. How I did that was I removed the rubber boot. I measured from the edge of the hole in the floor to a spot underneath the van, and that's about 16 centimeters if I remember correctly. I drilled a pilot hole with a 4mm drill bit, and then I stepped it up and I stepped it up and I stepped it up. Well, here I am underneath the van. That's the bottom of the gear lever, which is up there in the cab. This is the gear linkage that runs to the gearbox up at the front, and then you can see just over there the hose that I've put through as the drain hole for the air conditioning. And that's the Y to elbow connector. Now these are the two drain holes on the bottom of the AC unit. I've put some little hose clips on here. It should be small enough for me to close up with these. I've just given those a little bit of lube, otherwise known as spittle, to get on there. Right, and then that's got to go through the floor. There we go. The aircon drain system is fitted. Drains out from the underneath of the AC unit. The matrix is in here, the blower is at the back. It drains out through the floor to the underside of the van. Happy days. bit of a fiddle to get the things all in the right place at the back of the unit. The front flips down pretty nicely, and I can access these plates through these two vent holes over here. The only challenge is getting the hoses in from the back of the dash. I'm probably going to have to trim the under parts of this fascia over here, which is fine. I think I'll get out the Dremel, just cut that out. I wouldn't ordinarily do this, but I'm going to have to cut a portion of this lower fascia away. It's snagging over here on the heater control switch, and also the ducts for the rear vent and the recirculation vent. I'm not able to make this curve since I made the angle of the AC units a little bit more horizontal. In for a penny, in for a pound, eh? Alright, love the Dremel. So this is the duct that goes to the recirculation flap over there. There we go. Brilliant. That fits perfectly. I'm busy doing up the nuts for the front fascia now. I can just about put enough pressure on the back of the nut there to hold it in place. So now I just need to install the vents. Come on, baby. This one's much more friendly, thankfully. And there we go. They are in. Look at that. Burp, burp. Oh, yeah. Well, what do you think of that then? Speaker grills are on, but of course there is a little bit of a design flaw. Oops. Other than that, I'm super happy with the way that console looks. This is just a simple 3-gang panel, switch panel, that I'm going to mount vertically. The quick charge USB 3 there, and then a 12-volt socket over there. That will be controlled by an on-off switch. I've actually decided to wire this 3-panel gang up to the leisure battery, because this little quick charger over here has a built-in LED that shows the voltage. So although I have a panel that measures the voltage of both the leisure battery and the starter motor battery through the T-Max split charge, it just works on dots. So it'll be interesting to know when the car's off, when this is on, how much power is in the leisure battery. And then the other advantage is whatever I'm running off this panel, I know will come off the leisure battery, and because it'll be visible up near the top of the panel, it'll be in mind. If it's down at the bottom of the panel of that console where I can't see it, the chances are if it's connected to the leisure battery, I'll forget and it'll run it flat. I've connected the cluster of USB ports and the 12-volt socket to the leisure battery system, so it has its own fuse here. I'm giving it a 10 amp fuse because that's what the fuse box has for the interior cigarette lighter. And the Wonder Wagon is finally getting gassed up for air conditioning. So that's all hooked up. Hooked up to the machine over there. Happy days. Don't forget, like and subscribe so you don't miss the next episode.